going on, good people? Welcome back to episode 24, part 2 of the Chophouse. This is a continuation of last week's episode where we were looking at quite a few things that could be described as quite toxic. And we are continuing in that vein. However, we do end it off with something a little bit more positive because, you know, balance is everything. Hope you enjoy. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna tolerate disrespect. This might be your platform, but respect people when they come on your platform.
Okay, goodbye. Go.
Yeah,
Okay, because...
Listen, mind yourself, bro. No, you know what?
Okay.
On the rebound.
Yeah, okay.
On the rebound.
Okay.
On the rebound, bro.
Cool.
On the rebound.
Like,
Be
disrespected
careful when you
you.
talk to
I
people.
disrespected
You don't know who you're talking to.
How did I disrespect you?
Be careful.
How did I?
First thing you call me bro, and then he said
I call everyone bro.
Yeah,
I have a show here and I call everyone bro. So that's why she's angry. You're angry because I called you bro. I called Auntie bro and she's right next to me.
No, Auntie hates it. Auntie hates it.
Wow.
Auntie's told you long time. Auntie hates
We're
it.
in here on the podcast, but there's the streets as well, bro, innit? Mind yourself, bro. Mind yourself. Yeah, you're damn right. You're damn right, bro. You're damn right. And I'm gonna see how fucked up you are.
Alright, cool.
Yeah? You little mouth.
Go on then. She's obviously from a particular part of town where, you know,
Where we don't play that.
we don't get called bro.
We don't play. So, what stuck out for me on this one is I hate with a passion this thing of bro.
I'm
Like
sorry.
everybody is bro and bro.
Bro,
Yeah.
bro. I am a repeat offender.
No, do you know what?
I'm from East London.
No.
And that's how
You know
we
what?
just talk.
No, but
Let me
you call
rephrase
girls
that.
bro as
Let me
well.
rephrase. Let me rephrase that. Let me
I'm
rephrase
sorry.
that. And this is probably what's gonna get some people's backs up. I hate women calling like. I hate women calling other women bro, yeah, and I hate guys calling women bro.
So you hate me?
You call women bro?
Bro, I would say bro to whoever.
No.
Like, even my,
No.
you know what, I like it, with my sister will be like, bro, obviously that's my sister. But I'll be like, bro.
Yeah.
But it's a part of my language.
I don't know how we got here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I'm
Bro,
like,
it's a talk from East London.
Is it an East thing?
For
But
me,
we
for-
say bruv and bro to each other.
Bruv,
the
it's all
time.
from bruv.
Not to
Who?
me and you. I'm talking about with me and my girls. We always say bro, bruv.
Whoa, another revelation. We haven't had one like this in a long time. It's because you're
Really?
around.
Yeah,
Bruv,
oh,
come on now.
it's like everywhere.
For me, I've forgotten the technical term, verb, adjective. Someone help me out.
pronoun.
But it's a pronoun.
No, it's not even a
it's not
pronoun.
pronoun.
I'm just pronouned out.
It's part of my like I'll say it with mate as well. Like mate.
Yeah.
Come on, you know what I mean? I'm not calling you mate.
But mate is
I'm
not-
saying bro. But I wouldn't call it, hey bro. I wouldn't do that.
No, it is very similar to mate.
It's like mate.
It's like
come on.
mate. It's
You know
just
what
like
it is?
bruv.
You know what
Yeah,
it is?
yeah.
You know what it is, mate? There's no gender attached to mate.
So you're taking us into a gender conversation.
That's essentially what it is.
Yeah, but for me, it's that word. I don't know what the technical
Yeah,
term is.
it's another way of
it's
just
like-
saying mate.
It's not cool. I wouldn't. I say, hey, bro. Like you're chatting to
That'd
your girl.
be
Yeah, bro. Nah.
But even that in itself, the fact that you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, because I'm
So-
saying I'm trying to define more of the reason why I'm saying bro in that context. There's more to talk about with that clip, by the way.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
because we're really unpacking bro here.
The thing is, the bro part. So when I came across it, I was like, wow, all of that. But then as I was listening to it again, the bro part stuck out. I was just like, yeah, this jars me. Like, it's been jarring me for a long time now, and I don't get it. But also the irony was not lost on me in the sentence that said, bro, don't call me bro. That's what she said to him.
But for her, it was more, from my interpretation, it was more connected to the notion of endearment. Me and you are not,
Even on that
me
level,
and you aren't friends.
then why are you calling him bro?
As I said, I think it was said in the way that I say it.
I don't get. She's clearly upset with him.
Bruv, it was
For calling-
it's all wrong. Yeah. What was going on there was mad. It was beef. Everything that was there was pure beef. First things first. Let's talk about that situation.
Right, okay.
She said, look, it's your platform.
Yeah.
but you can't disrespect me on your platform.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair comment.
I think it's an completely fair comment.
Right? And then she kicked her out. She said, okay, you can leave.
Even the way she told her to leave was disrespectful.
No. She was calm with that.
No, the way she did it was disrespectful.
She had all the power. It's her platform. Yeah. So are you telling me, this is what I wanted to have confirmed. And I mean, you probably watch her material more than I've ever watched her material. But does she disrespect people? And is that allowed in terms of what she does all the time? So people know what they're coming to get when they go on there.
So put it this way. In that particular episode, 2 people left. So that chick, she got up and left. Then shortly after, there was another black girl sitting down there in a white top. She actually got chucked out. And it's not necessarily that something that keeps on happening on that platform, but what does happen, and then you chime in because you have experience of this, is that Pearl will craft a particular narrative that she wants the show to go. Yeah. And if you try to take it off that narrative, or if it doesn't fit into her narrative, she will strong arm the conversation to where she wants to go. Because essentially, she's making television. It's no different from reality TV. In the same way that you will have producers in Love Island telling you, talk to that person.
Yeah, or drink a little bit more.
Exactly. And so there is a level of manipulation in order to get what you want.
So people know this when they get into that
I don't think they do.
Because
I think people go on there thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to go on
I think
Pearl's show.
It's literally the numbers.
And she's got these many people. Oh, my following's going to blow up.
Yeah, because
girl doesn't even tag you in the description.
Because in my opinion, just in that moment, that woman has every right to say that.
Yeah.
And Pearl, that's her name, right?
Yeah.
Has every right to tell her to leave.
Yeah.
So that's where it should have ended. But then it went to basically road.
It went to the road
politics.
Yeah. It went to the road. Like
she said, "I'll see you outside."
I'll see you outside.
Like I know she said something way cool.
Yeah, no.
I forgot what it was.
It was was it on the flip side?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
I'll see you on the flip side.
And then her last words were like, "We'll see how fucked out you are."
Yeah.
It's like, really?
And she called him a mong.
A what?
I ain't heard that one in ages.
Mong. I missed that. Who uses Mong anymore?
She does.
Bring it back. She's obviously from a particular. You can see she's a woman of a particular ilk.
I would say she's not too far from where we are now.
What?
I would say she's from East.
No, I was saying she's from a particular ilk, meaning a time period. Maybe she's our age group. To use the word Mong,
I feel a little bit younger, but yeah.
Okay,
around there.
Fair play. Yeah. Either way, yeah, bruv. Like, I want to know if the woman's going to back her chat.
Where did it go?
Yo,
she didn't.
What happened?
So the way I found out about that is that I saw the video that happened after that. I'm not sure what the time period is, but so the girl that walked out, the guy that she was talking to, and then you heard there was another woman at the back, auntie.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the auntie said she wasn't into it.
Yeah. So the 3 of them then went on a live together.
Even the man.
Yes, the man, the auntie, and that chick. Yeah. They went on a live together, and the subject of the live was like they had squashed the beef basically. But the clip that I saw was actually more the guy and the auntie, and he's still trying to be like, bro is just what I say. And she's like, but I've told you, you can't call me that. And he was, in my opinion, he was actually a bit rude because her thing was, I'm older than you. I'm the same age as your mum and your aunt.
Yes.
And his thing was, but you're not my mum. Like, you're not my mum. You're not my aunt.
You see, I've found that one quite difficult. Most recently, only because safeguarding has become
interesting. It's
become a massive kind of part of obviously our business, but then also in the same part in terms of where we are now culturally.
It's so good.
Yeah, and the thing that has been challenging is that's where some of those cracks have been, because young people, children, actually, let's make a very, very solid line. Children have been taught and spoken to in a way to see all their elders as people who will safeguard them.
Yes.
Therefore, you will place auntie, uncle, that respect level in front of that conversation. That set of rules. Let's call it rules. So they will be less inclined to challenge said authority, especially in spaces where their safety is being challenged. That's become the new thing. And I remember growing up just as an African, and well, obviously I'm African, growing up as African, and seeing my West Indian counterparts not take certain things from elders in specific circumstances that we as Africans would have taken because of those rules. Yeah. And that really, and I don't want to make this too dramatic, but this is where some of those cracks where things that are happening to children aren't said, spoken about, or dealt with because they feel silenced or at least feel dominated by these individuals who we tell them are their aunties and uncles, for argument's sake.
Yeah. No,
that is very interesting.
So even when we moved here, there's a shop close by and it's run by an older black couple. And in the same way that the boys will call most of our friends auntie and uncle, if they're a bit older, then they become granddad and grandma. And then, so when we first started coming, they would be like, I think, the guy's name is George. And so one time we went and then we left and I think Akai said, bye, Granddad George. And I was like, nah, that really didn't sit well with me. Because George is your dad's name. Yeah. And so then I was like, okay, so he's now Mr. George. Okay, like he's now Mr. George. And then even with Akaija, he's got a friend from school. And I remember so we became friends with this kid's parents as well, sort of thing. But as parents, after a while, we all had the discussion of are you comfortable with your child calling us? Because we weren't happy with, child. Because to this day, I don't like children calling me by my first name. Yeah. I don't like it. But I can only speak because I know that I have a child's best interest at heart. Yes. Yeah. Mm. But I totally understand it from a parent's perspective of where you might be like.
I think it's fair to actually be like uncle and auntie you remove, but you can't call them by their first name. So Nadine has always called my mum Mrs. Fosu from jump. It was and she does that with every parent that she meets until she goes into auntie because that's how her mum taught her. I think there's that. There has to be a respect level. Mm-hmm. I do think auntie and uncle, there are problematic things that can come along with that in terms of really feeling like that's family. Or that's an elder that is going to look after me. Yeah.
It's what I felt like from the West Indian community. I feel I saw was these people would earn said space in some way, shape or form. Whereas us, it was a prerequisite. Yeah. It's happened to me with business. Do you know what I mean? Where I've been in circumstances where there's an older, specifically an older woman to me, but it's involved in my business. And I haven't dealt with her in a particular way from a business point of view. And as I look at it as an older man, I should have regulated that situation because it was money, it was opportunity, and it was reputation on the line. But because of that upbringing, I didn't. Yeah. I didn't feel I had to kind of maneuver and wait to know that the space was number one, safe. And number two, I felt that the respect level was enough that I could say, hey, we need to consider this thing. And so I've proper thought about that. It's marred between so many different things. But I mean, look, back to the point. She has every right to tell someone, I don't wish to be spoken to that way. Yeah. And then you should adhere to it. Yeah. Because if you don't have those rules for yourself, it doesn't mean someone else don't have those rules for them.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that was messy.
Yes.
That was fucking messy. Yeah. And the reason why it was messy for me is less about the circumstance. It's more that each person got taken out of whatever they was taken out of. And it was the ends that came out. See? Do you know what I mean? They were maneuvering, they were functioning in a particular way. The woman who set the thing up or created whatever, platform, whatever, she did her chess moves as you kind of described, and then everyone went to type. Yeah. See? The girl from the see the guy from the such and such. And that's the one thing I think you told me earlier about her platform is that it talks to those that sector.
Yeah.
Because you know it can get salacious. You know, I always think about this, and this might be mad to say, but I always think about with Oprah, how Oprah's energy used to be mad, you know, Jerry Springerish, and then she slowly...
Yeah, she twisted it.
She didn't twist it, I would say, but she just
moved away
finessed
from it.
herself.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Like, I mean...
But I think she also had an epiphany. She was like, I don't want to platform those things anymore.
Yeah. Like, but I think with Pearl, though, she's definitely... I get the impression that she's definitely tired of it. But you know when you're like, something's making me cheddar, innit?
Yeah, that's the problem that I hate about certain circumstances where it's places and spaces you do not actually frequent and or live in.
Yeah.
And therefore you can manipulate, control, and enjoy the fruits of said energy. I mean, it's happened in all of our black spaces for a very, very long time, whether it's considered culture, art, fashion, whatever you want to call it. And like, if you're going to be about it, be about it. Just be about it.
Yeah. Like, what's interesting, so the guy that was sitting down and the auntie that was off camera, they are now also Pearl's talents. So she has her...
this is like a tick of yours.
I know, yeah. She has her penthouse that she records everything from. And so now what she does, she's got this guy, I think his name's King Riches, is on the books, Auntie's on the books. So they now do their podcasts from there as well.
She's making an empire.
Yeah, building a network.
Yeah. And, you know.
Fair play, man. But she's doing, listen, people, we have to understand.
She's doing it in the culture.
When do people become adults? Do you know what I mean? When they start deciding for themselves. And these people must be deciding for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. More power to them.
Yeah. You say it with like eating the wings that we had earlier.
More power to them. More power to them.
Is that the last one?
That's not the last one.
I was thinking, we got a little bit more.
Following your dreams has this awkward phase. So I don't know if any of you tried to grow your hair or grow dreads. Like, when you start off, it's like, oh, this is cool. I see it growing a little bit, all right. And then you get to that middle phase where you're just ugly. Like, nah, this ain't for me. Even though you know that if you just stick with it, you're gonna get that length that you want. That's exactly what following your dreams is like. That awkward phase is not fun at all, but it's necessary. So if you are in your awkward phase, be ugly for a while. I promise you, the caterpillar is gonna pop out of that cocoon. No, the butterfly. You know what I'm trying to say. Stay dangerous.
Or Mako.
Oh, you seen this before? I've never seen it.
Not that particular clip.
Okay.
And it usually has the woman chewing the...
I've never seen it.
Is it? So most recently, there's this woman, this woman, she's eating like a biscuit. And she just did like... and her lips are moving. I think it's the same thing they put there each time. But it's like someone's saying something and they kind of disagree or they feel that person has a point. And I think whichever way that video is kind of leaning... I feel like that's the person saying, I agree with this, but it just has this person eating like a savory biscuit or something. I'm going to find it hilarious. Yeah.
But you know what it was? I saw this and literally just tacked it on at the end because when I saw it, it reminded me of the conversation that we had at the end of the last podcast when we were talking about that the love out to you stuff and loving yourself and what have you. And I just thought it was a very interesting, because I felt like, listening to him, I was like, you know what? I also feel like that's where I'm at the moment. Like just
the ugly face.
Yeah, the ugly face. Just like even
you
if
ain't looking like Tyson.
Hater. Like even at the beginning of the podcast when we spoke about the food and everything like that. So you know, like things are just being a bit like doing this, doing that, doing that. But it was just like a moment to be like, okay, cool. This is the ugly phase. And sometimes you just need to just kind of embrace it and sit in it.
Bruv, I remember that period in my life musically, bro, where I just felt I was a failure, bruv. I thought, Mike, man, you're whack, bruv. Nothing is popping. Everything's falling apart around you. This was in my early 20s, bruv. I've been going at like 2-3 years. Nothing felt like it was kicking off. And I remember this one day, bruv, I just got sick. Like I was sick. I was vomiting. And my girlfriend at the time, she was dancing with us. So, what do you call it? She said, okay, I'm going to go dance and then I'll see you later. So, bruv, I was watching, I don't know if I've said this story before actually on here. I was watching a TV program at the time, just feeling a bit sickly. And my mum was like, oh, my, you know, Michael, and she giving me food or whatever and stuff. And then she would go and then I'd be watching this TV program and then I saw people winning, bruv. Like, yeah, like, bruv. And I just started crying. Just tears was coming, bruv. So now I'm just like, yeah, you know, just sitting there, I'm like, why the fuck am I crying kind of thing. But now I'm just feeling like this way, whatever. I'm not saying nothing to no one. Then anyhow, my mom comes up again. Oh, Michael, how you doing? You okay? You feeling any better? And I said, yeah, whatever. And then she just stayed just a little too long. You get me? Just a few minutes more. And I just started crying again. And she said, oh, and it was funny because mum instantly went into her mother tongue. And she just was like, oh, my baby, what's wrong? Why are you crying? Yeah. And she just was like trying to stop me from crying or whatever. And I said, no, it's fine. And bruv, I remember that period so vivid. I just thought I was whack, bro. Like,
so what was the turning point?
The turning point was 2 years later when, you know, now I've done, me and Ken are just about to make Pied Piper. So we just started to kick that off. And then I've just done this record with a guy called Kano.
Who's he?
And then I got my first publishing deal. So I know that period. And I've had them since. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. You know, like, because everything, you know, I made the song Layer Cake, Kano. Like, that I presented that idea to him because it just felt like that. No matter what we're doing, you're still trying to, you know, and that's growth. Yeah. And yeah, bruv, like, I look back at that moment with happiness now because it is that thing. You realize that your mind's going to make you think like that. It's going to push you in those ways. But you got to know that, yeah, if you push, and he said it, I think, a bit more eloquently than my story, I think, of just like, you just push through that ugly phase, you know, and I've spoken to you about it, the dip. The book, the dip. Yeah, you know, that book I read nice and early as well. And how, that's the moment to quit. Yeah. Because if you can't get through that ascension, then the thing is not for you. Yeah. You get me? It promotes quitting early, you know? Yeah. And bro.
It's interesting because the dip, I told you about Akaija and football and the dip. So this morning, the guy that runs the team,
coach,
he's not their direct coach, but he runs the whole kind of football club. So like a few days ago, he messaged and he was like, all right, this team is going to be playing, this team is like a non-league game, but the team that we played this morning are 8 leagues above
Wow,
us.
Okay.
Yeah, and so
they're way better.
They're way better, way better. And so we get there and the kids are like still, come on, let's have it. You know what I mean? We start the match. First 5 minutes of the match, Akaija is not awake, bruv. Like, he is standing in the goal. And so we're doing 9-a-side. So they're doing 7-a-side previously. So doing 9-a-side, bigger goals, bigger pitch. My man is just standing there just like, and as a parent, you can just see when your child is like, he's not comfortable. He's not right, sort of thing. So, and I think he was a bit, cat in the headlights. I think he was a bit like that. So
isn't it deer?
Deer in the headlights.
Because the cats look like that all the time. My cat just looks at me sometimes, just like, that's where I think scaredy cat comes from, bro. They just always look scared all the time. Like,
I tell you what, though, if you see some of the cats right there, they look like, what the fuck you look at? What the fuck you look at that?
No, but when I do pick her up, like, and she just looks at me like, what are we doing? Mike, like, really? You're just going to put me down now?
Oh, wow.
Bro, that's why I took her. Yeah. She was like that from a kitten. Yeah. No. She's a year, actually. She just turned a year the other day. Imagine. I had a cat for a whole year. Yeah, bro. Mm-hmm. And it's mad. She just is my friend. She will come. When I'm in, she will stay with me the whole time. It's jokes. I can imagine baby people like, what? He's got a cat. Yeah, I've got a cat. And she's pretty cool. Her name is LM. Little Mickey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. And so 5 minutes into the match, you let 2 goals in. Just silly goals. And then...
How many goals?
They lost in the end. They lost 6-3.
Oh, okay. That's a good match.
But, considering they were massive, yeah. But then he woke up and made some of the most amazing saves that I've ever seen him make. And I was saying to him, afterwards, I was like, So you see when you were feeling, when you was in the dip, because I explained the concept of the dip to him. So like, see, like when you was in the dip, yeah, and you're giving up, and think about, and it's funny how you can lose a game, but still come out of it feeling so triumphant. Because it would literally, by the end of the game, all of the coaches from the other team came over to him and was like, amazing keeper, great game. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously the coaches...
Should be more. They were like, it should be more. It should be 10, 15.
They were, what was annoying, is just before half time, I was like, I really need to piss. I'm holding it in. I didn't
expect that.
Yeah, that's so random. So I'm like, it's just before half time, I'm like, all right, let me go run quickly. There's a little calf thing there. I was like, let me go run, do a piss and come back. When I come back, the moment I come back, so like I've come back and the first half has just ended. So I'm coming over for the team talk. The other coach, he's turned around to me and goes, Russ, you missed it. I was like, what? He's like, Akaija. And I said, I'm not even messing around, mate. He made 2 world-class saves.
Sod's law.
And then I look around to the other coach and he's just like, yeah. You know, he's thinking, because even the saves that I'd seen were amazing. But then this guy was like, but it's important.
On an adult level, I always send people, and obviously the kids are not old enough to watch it yet, but I send them to Revolver. Have you watched Revolver?
Do you know what? I have, but so long ago, I can't even...
Yeah. The notion of you get better by playing a better opponent. That's the only way. You know, and that whole conversation with Mr. Green, and really it's getting...
I'm going to watch that again, you know?
Yeah, it's getting out of your head. It's really good.
Yeah.
And every now and again, I will watch it. I think it has the transformative kind of words that the Matrix kind of provides, of freeing your mind. And the idea of, bruv, it's all here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you will manifest further than you were if you can just succeed by beating this.
Yeah. It is absolutely that, because even as the boys settled into the game and realised... well,
they're human.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think all it was is, if they had that realisation just 10 minutes earlier, maybe the scoreline would have been 3-3.
But then they need that journey to be what it is.
Yeah.
Because the coach probably has done a good thing. You know, in the sense that, we've done this game, but then it helps them to kind of either see something much simpler when they go back to their regular league, possibly, and or the notion of now you've got something to aim for.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I don't think it was a bad thing. I think, you know, you need that. You need that thing of just to see what's possible, to see where you can go, but also to see where you're at as well.
That's the big one.
You know,
you cannot have perspective if you do not know where you're at.
You see where you're at, and you now have an understanding. Like he came out of that, he came home, and he's like recounting the story to his brother, and I can just see like actually what this has done for his confidence. You know,
you have to. The notion of being uncomfortable, bro, it's the only place we see growth.
Yeah.
The only place we see growth.
Yeah.
So it's you need to, and I mean, you take your time, you decide when you want to go into that uncomfortable space. If it's too much for you, you don't need to go in there. Yeah. Come back out and then decide for yourself when it's plausible. But yeah, bruv, man, I mean, that's nice. Nice positive thing.
Yeah, that's
for men to understand.
There you go. I think that I wanted to end. I was like, it didn't fit in with the narrative of the rest of the pod, but I just thought, let me just fling it in.
It feels like you was talking to the men today.
I was, yeah. Was it intentional? I wasn't necessarily intentionally talking to the men, but I was definitely with the first 3 videos. It really just struck me how, and again, we spoke about this, how I'm like out of the scene, so to speak. Yeah. But it really just struck me how the game is different.
Yeah.
The game is very, very different. Yeah. And the way that some women are behaving, is now seeing this, I understand certain behaviors that before, and I wouldn't say that I would go as far as to say that I condone them now, but I have more of an understanding of certain behaviors and mentalities towards women, if these are the women that we're talking about.
I would say, I would augment your thought with what might feel like a random point, but I'll start it in the vein you're discussing. I would say things are being recorded now and broadcast with this flippant. Well, of course.
Yeah.
Of course I spoke to him like that. Of course I said things like that. Where people are now seeing that. And the example I was going to give is the police.
Yes.
Everybody now is saying, we do not trust the police.
Mm-hmm.
We think they're this, we think they're that. They abuse their power. Who has been saying that for a long time? And now it's just being recorded in mass.
Yeah. And now there's proof to go along with what. So
maybe you feel like a lot of the people who didn't trust the police at some point.
Yeah, no, true. I'll take that. Listen, for me, everything is learning, innit? Like, a lot of people have an issue with being wrong about something or what have you. But for me, if I'm wrong about something and then I can look back and say that I'm wrong about something, all I see is growth.
100%.
All I see is growth.
The hard part about that is if everyone is joining you on said journey.
And I think yes, but I also think you still make that as hard or as easy as you want it to be.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that in that particular moment, when you're talking about what you're seeing as learning, imagine in this moment, I'm seeing it as the most embarrassing, So if I'm on that journey with you, then me and you can actually parlay to be like, okay, cool. I see how I've grown from this. Rather than, oh, you marginalized me. You took part of my personality. You don't allow me to X, Y, and Z, whatever it is you feel taken away. Unfortunately, someone has to get there by themselves.
Yeah. No, I hear that. Well.
Yeah, bruv. Now one. And we started with Nana, and Nana's not with us no more. She just gone somewhere. Made it sound like she just said, I'm leaving.
She's gone. She's out. So next episode, we'll be back for episode 25.
Flipping hell, bro.
It's a nice number.
50. When we get to 50, that's the one I'm thinking about in my head. Yeah,
50 will be around August.
Wow.
In May will be our year anniversary.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
So I've been trying to work out. Not trying to work out. I've been thinking about what we'll do in May, what we'll do in August.
Okay, cool.
And how that will look.
I was thinking, I want to know, like, because a big chunk of this year, it will find me away. I was like, what would an online version look like if we was to do one? Do you think that would change the format slightly? Would it spoil? We wouldn't obviously eat.
We'll try it.
Maybe we try. I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like, would people still receive it in the same way? Would it feel good?
Look, the whole point is
we make sure the audio is good.
Yeah. But then also, we've got the technology to do it. So why don't we try it and see? So
see what happens. Okay.
But listen, peace. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, man.
Share, subscribe, tell your friend to tell your friend, and join us back for the next episode of the Chophouse.
Indeed. Peace.
Later.